basically
trick us also.
no, it was in the broad daylight
Yeah.
for us. At the time, the border line between Laos and Thailand was very quiet, was calm, was no conflict, was people was able to travel back and forth.
There were
to-
conflicts, but it was
No,
last
like-
you know.
No, it's not
would be-
intense
not
enough
as
to just
intense,
like
yeah.
arresting people or just to shoot people right when they're crossing the border line or right when they cross the Mekong River. It's calm. Basically, I can go see my relative across the river if I wanted to, just by boat. So it was a sunny day, broad daylight, around noon. That's when my family left to cross the border. Our alibi was to go visit our relative across the border, but being packed with 8 kids.
Yeah, 8 kids.
8
Another
kids with-
family that came
and
with
another
us.
family that
They have
have
4
my
kids
parents
and
help
so,
them
yeah.
to cross the border to go to Thailand too. Just what 3? We had about 4-5 canoes. Just
Yeah.
So that was
Just-
Nakhon
yeah.
Phanom, right? You went to visit?
Yep.
yeah,
We
Nakhon.
straight to Nakhon Phanom.
Mhm.
Actually, no. Well, it would be
Nakhon Phanom would be
Banwa.
further up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Banwa.
So
We
we
went
start
across
south there,
by
part of
Banwa,
Banwa.
and then they drop us off at Nakhon Phanom
Yeah.
to go in the camp. And I remember we were trying to hide from the police, in Thailand, and so I remember it's like, take your head out, we ran
Yeah.
across the street to get in somebody's house, which I don't remember who house it was, and
like
yeah.
it was a friend's a relative of a friend of our family house that we not escaped but hide in, because we got there crossing the border. Once we got to the border, once we crossed the river, my family went up the hill, and we basically tried to hide right away, so that way it's not
if we get caught, at that time, you can send back. When you get sent back to Laos, it would be a different story. It's not, you get sent back with an honor. It's then you would go to jail, and then you get killed. Even at that time,
Yeah.
this is in 1990.
Yeah, even though people were able to travel back
But,
and forth,
yeah.
but for us, it's just, we were never caught basically. But we want to be cautious. So my parents, because they have so many kids and so many
Yeah.
people traveling with them, they want to be safe, and so.
So you crossed the river from
Savanakhet,
Was it
yeah.
Mukdahan or Nakhon Phanom?
It would be Mukdahan.
Yeah. So
mhm.
you crossed over to Mukdahan,
Yeah.
and then Banwa, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Banwa.
Then
yeah.
what happened? You went to the camp after that?
Yeah, we went to our.
Actually, we had to
A
report
fu-
ourselves.
No,
Yeah, a
we
relative.
went. That's not to that part yet. We went to near the refugee camp.
And we were staying
It's
there
called Nong Sang.
Yeah, Nong Sang.
And how we got there was, we knew a family at that time that was right next to the camp, and they lived at that day. They have a wedding for their daughter, and so we went. So my parents did get asked, where are you guys going? So when we got there, they told them that we going attending the wedding, which is that same it was a coincidence, we didn't know it was going to be a wedding, but so they told them it's a wedding because and then we stayed at their house for
I think
a couple
3
of days.
days.
Yeah, a
About
couple of
3
days, and
days
then
before we.
my parents finally got enough information from the inside of people from the inside of the refugee camp to how to get in, and so my dad went to report himself to as refugee, and what's his involvement in the Vietnam War, and so they accepted us into the camp.
What camp was this?
Nong
Camp
Sang.
Nong Sang.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Nong
is
Sang.
in Mukdahan or?
Yep.
Mukdahan, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
In that
นครพน
area.
ม no บ่แม่นมุกดาหาร นครพนม
In Nakhon
actually
Phanom.
yep นคร
Okay,
พ
so
น
have
ม
to
yep
go up. Okay.
yep and you Nakhon Phanom and you know because I mean the reason we didn't go into the camp right away was because at that time people were sending back to Laos already.
Yeah.
You know, the group were not, you know, who
If you don't get
ever
accepted,
was
you get
not
sent back.
qualified
Yeah.
to
Oh, wow.
go to other country, or if you were not accepted to go to other country, then you get sent back. You know, and so
And despite at the
my-
time, they could send anybody back.
Yeah.
If
And
they don't want to
so-
accept them into the camp, they can just send them back.
Yep.
So that's why my dad was being cautious. So that's why he went by himself rather than taking
he
the
want to
entire
make sure
family.
that we have everything. You know, he has every document that they would ask for us. Okay, you give me a proof, or you know, the proof that you were involved. And so, because we were pretty much, you know, I would say the last family to enter the camp at the time. Yep. And so, we are really fortunate to be able to get in and get out right away. And so we didn't stay in the camp that long. In Su Nong Sang was about 3 months, and then we went to Panat Nikom. Yeah, yeah.
And how long you
that
stayed in
we-
Pananico?
A year.
Yeah, about a year.
A year.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay.
We
So,
were
yeah.
not supposed to be that long, but then because you know
No,
there
the
was
training. You have to go
yeah.
to school in
And-
order to come to
uh-huh.
the U.S. You need to learn English, so that's why it took longer. As far
longer
as a year.
to
Because my dad's case, because his involvement and his rank, he was able to get into the camp, and was able to they
were
they
able
want
to send us
transform
right
it
away.
out of that camp right away to get us the opportunity to come to the U.S. basically.
Yeah.
Food were distributed by the camp. They bring each week. They would bring
Chicken,
chicken,
tuna.
vegetables, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There would be sardine, all kinds of vegetable, cabbage, lettuce, eggplants,
Yeah.
plenty of eggplants.
Yeah, we get once a week, and it was 10 of us in the family.
Mhm.
They give us like a room, you know, like would be as, I would say as this big of, you know, like as big as
20,
the room.
about
Yeah.
20 by
20
10.
Yeah,
A
for family.
I don't
for
know
a
if it's
family of
I would call it a room or anything like that. The refugee camp, they built them as a building structure, and then people would create their own room by hanging up curtain or
Or
you know,
bamboo
it's not,
walls or
yeah.
something.
No,
Also,
they
no,
don't
no,
have that,
nothing
just
at all.
curtain.
Just straight curtain,
just
Just
straight
curtain.
like
curtain,
canvas.
Yeah, mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Straight blue canvas, green canvas, just hanging on the wall from ceiling to
to
wall.
separate
yeah,
your
so-
family from the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
to create a
And
room,
so,
basically.
to create a room.
But I remember, you know, as
To
far
have your privacy, but
Yeah.
there's really no privacy over there, you know. But yeah,
I remember a lot of just getting to know learning what's going on, why we here, and you know, just trying to find out from people, just listening to conversations and stuff like that. And you know, I also went and started learning ABC. We didn't
You
know,
know, yeah.
ABC from my neighbor.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we could begin to
Because he
begin
was
to realize
younger,
what
yeah.
we do. Once we begin to realize why
Where
are we
we go-
here,
yeah.
why are we here, and then it's like, okay, our parents like, well, you need to do this. We're gonna go to America. Oh,
We,
well, because
know,
at the time when we were in school in Laos, we were taught to hate America, and
Yeah.
why are we going to America?
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
all of us learning scripture was hate America. Dang those Americans! Why did those kind of thing? But like, so when we were told that we were going to the U.S., we were like, huh. But
that was
So
not
then,
told
yeah.
until we got in the camp.
yeah,
You know why
yeah,
we
our
leave
parents didn't let
because,
us know
yeah,
because they don't want us to.
go around and tell other people
Yeah.
or other family would know that we would be
leaving
the country.
So
So another things that they have to be careful of, and so they told us, oh, we're gonna go to visit our relative in Thailand, and next thing you were in the camp, and
yeah.
So
We
your
just-
parents didn't tell you exactly.
No,
where you
no,
were.
no, no, no. It would the words would go out because kids. Oh, we leaving, or we
We're
would go
running
tell
all over
our
the place.
friends.
We skipping the question.
Yeah, and so.
But yeah, let's go back to the
That's
question.
fine, yeah.
Let's go back to the
Yeah.
question. I remember learning ABC, playing a lot of games. I learned to play baseball there.
You play soccer over there.
Play
also?
soccer, baseball, more food gathering as far as like from rather than go into the jungle and finding foods and stuff like that or vegetations. I end up like finding toads and frogs and stuff like that.
Looking for things to
Yeah.
play with as he was a boy.
Or food. So
Mm.
I even but like life there is
I think would be harder
there's no
than-
freedom there. Basically, you can't leave the premises. You can't. In order to leave, you gotta have permission from the
But
guards.
which
and
you
stuff.
would never have permission to leave the
Yeah.
camp.
Because they don't want the reason why they don't want you to leave the camp is because they don't want you to take the
Yeah.
responsibility of you leaving the camp, and then what if you get arrested? What if you get caught? You get sent back. Or that kind of thing, all this trouble. And then so oftentimes the only way that you get to leave camp was
you don't get to leave at all unless you have
I know.
a special permission.
Yeah.
Or
But-
that
but
our
I-
time
we-
to
we-
leave the camp.
well, as a kid, as a boy, I jumped the fence.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
sneak
jump-
out. And,
Yeah, sneak out, jump the fence, or we dug hole underneath the
The
fence.
fence.
So that way we can crawl out of there.
we saw like people actually
Yeah.
dug hole,
The
and then
reason why-
they have a fence, and then there was like a they dug holes in around the camp, and so if people were going to jump, there's like glass. Glass. It's
Yeah.
like on
The camp
the
is
ground.
surrounded
And
by water. In the other
Mm-hmm.
section is by water. The other section would be just dangerous sharp object, so that people don't try to
Rice
escape.
field,
Yeah.
and
People
so-
don't not escape.
Where would
People
you-
don't leave the place to create crime or those kind of things. They will try to do preventive.
just to
Yeah,
so
to
to
prevent
keep people in
troubles and
the
stuff.
camp. So.
And why would you leave the camp for? What was the reason?
The reason I just
It's
out of
just-
curiosity,
because
I'm
he
a
was a
very
curious-
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a very curious person, so I don't abide by what is told me not to do. Basically, I don't want to listen. As a boy, I always want to go do my own thing. The more I know, the more I want to do it. And so I see people going outside, not escaping, leaving, sneaking out of the
And
refugee camp.
as a
And I
7-8 years old,
Yeah, I
boy,
would.
You just,
I
want
just
to do
go
everything.
along.
Yeah.
That's how I learned to do it. I just go along because a lot of time the people that leave the camp, leave the refugee camp was to go, visit their family outside of the camp, or go to the store buying food because like there's no food coming in other than the food that distributed.
No,
in
there
a-
was. They
There's
have
a lot, but then
Yeah.
those people they have special permission to leave.
to leave.
In Pananikom, you guys did the same thing.
Yeah.
To survive.
Yep, to survive, and we were selling sandwiches. Yeah,
Okay.
to survive, and because at that Panatnikom was bigger, and so my parents just happened to ran into a person next to our
A neighbor,
A
they were
neighbor.
selling sandwich at the
Yeah,
time.
and then they were leaving.
Yeah,
they were leaving
to
the
the
camp.
US.
Yeah, to
yeah,
the US.
so
and-
they were leaving
yeah.
to the U.S. So then they end up wanting to teach my mom how to make the kachi pate.
and so in exchange of of
yeah,
course some
they-
money, and I don't know what
they
what
basically
give
sell
me.
us their business.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how much it was at the time. All I know it's the next things. Oh, okay, we get to go out and sell sandwiches, and so yeah.
So was that good enough to generate income?
Generate income to save. We still have the same. Once we in the Panaknikom, we still were given ration food, and rice and stuff like that.
Because we were our family was pretty big, and so we would say our food was okay, but then the water was the problem in Panat Nikom, and people always finding it difficult to deal with water and other foods.
Water.
It was not enough.
So where did you get your water from?
They would have a truck that comes in and fill up the.
You get a bucket.
Not a bucket, a hai. Each family, say, is depend on the certain amount of people in your family. You were given.
Yes.
Not pit nung, they hai. You can't just walk over there with your bucket and then walk it back and put it in your hai. They give you a how would you say hai?
A jar. Yeah, it's like a big
giant size jar.
Yeah.
Basically, a water container that's probably it in there would be about 300 to 500 gallon of water.
Okay, and so there was a shortage of water because of that.
You never have
don't
enough
have
bathing,
water because
drinking,
it was so hot. You know.
Well, everything, bathing, drinking, any way that you use water, that's what's given.
And Panat was more strict, and we basically day-to-day basics was 5 days a week we gotta go to school, and which is all of us get to go to school, and our parents up. But then in Nong Sang we didn't have a chance to do that at all. But then come to Panat, you need to learn how take the next step to what would you do once you get to America, or they teach us about the culture, and learn how to sing.
Can you tell me more about the school? What kind of lessons did you guys learn? I mean, was it you learn English, Thai, Lao, or what was it?
We went to the program. The school program is called PASS, PASS. And that school was used mainly to train the people who are passing the interview to come to the U.S. Passing the interviewing stage, and at the time we already passed the interviewing stage, so we start going to school, learning English, learning about American culture, learning about American history, and learning about law, not literally law, but how to behave in the U.S. society, in American society.
Like what words to use when you want this. Pretty much, first grade. Picture of okay, how to say this. If you want water, what would you say? As far as what I got from learning, I say that was helpful, but was not helpful enough, because it's like you don't use it over there, but then when you come over here you actually have to use it. My first word in the plane was like how they ask you what would you like to drink. Or I can say Sprite, or please, and thank you, and that was it, But then, I mean, they have a program that they teach you how to say phrases, and going to the bathroom, can I do this, or it's first grades,
So they would teach you the lifestyle that's here in the United States, and how to survive.
How to take the bus and stuff like that. They teach you, there will be a yellow bus for school, It's raining day, you need umbrella, and stuff like that,
Okay. And did you learn Lao or any other subject?
No.
No, we learned how to read Lao when we were in Laos.
Yeah.
But I did attend school to further to continue to read Lao and write in Lao, because on Saturday I went to learn how to write in Lao.
Because they have that. It's like
it's a side
program.
school. It's a side program rather than just.
If you don't have any other activities, there's activities for you to do in the camp, and so